Namaste and a very warm welcome. I'm Vidulata Gaude, academician turned trainer, and I'm from the legal background. Before we go ahead with this family dispute and marital things, I think we have Prasadji and Diviji amongst us. Can you please introduce yourselves?
God do it.
Hello everyone, my name is Divit, and currently I'm working as a software engineer. And over here, I am invited by Mujilataji to talk on the topic as you shared. Thank
Welcome,
you very
Diviji.
much for inviting
Yes.
me.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Prasad. I belongs to Andhra. My background is basically electrical engineer, and I was working in HPCL and shifted to UAE, and I'm practicing this astrology since 1980 with my all my forefathers and fathers practicing this. It's like a lineage. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, Prasadji and Diviji, both of you. And really, now I'm speechless to what to say next. But yes, since belonging to this legal background, I have been seeing the family dispute and particularly the marital dispute on rise. And not only that, the divorce rate is increasing, it's taking ugly turns. Like, for example, while taking divorce, nowadays, Section 498A of Indian Penal Code is being misused. So, I do understand that that section was particularly enacted to safeguard the women who are facing cruelty, but then that has been often misused and it is concerned for Supreme Court as well. So Supreme Court also have concerned about this point as to misuse of section 498A, and it has gone to that extent that the women are alleging their father-in-law, brother-in-law, for the cases like rape and all, and also they are going to the extreme of sending the in-laws into jail. So, this is one part. Secondly, Indian society has always considered marriage as a sacred ceremony. And yet, there is, and it has followed all the traditions like matching the charts of the boy and the girl before entering into the marriage and all. So, after doing all these things, yet there is a rise in divorce cases. And not only rise, as I said, but it is taking ugly turns. So, what is that? Why this is happening? So, I was just curious about the astrological aspect of it. In spite of matchmaking, why these things are happening? So, can you just focus on this, please?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Okay, so basically, the thing is, astrology is a tool which basically helps us a lot in telling that how the charts should be matched and whether one particular chart is compatible to another or not. But what I would say that astrology ही एक ऐसी चीज नहीं होना चाहिए. It shouldn't be the thing that uh, कि we match the chart and it will always work. And right now, why the divorce cases are increasing are a bit because of astrology and also because of the lifestyle, how we are like doing that. But when when it comes to astrology, then I would like to tell that in astrology, the right now what is happening is everyone is doing the point point system. Like they go to a software, they match the point, and they figure out that okay, if it's 30 or 32. out of 36, then it's good. Go ahead for marriage. If it's lower than 15 or 10, it's not good. But the real thing is, according to me, and as I have seen in my experience, that point system is not only the thing which we should follow. There are many other things which should be seen. Like, for example, you superimpose the chart, you see how the chemistry of the planets between bride and groom are working. So those are also the points which has to be seen. Uh, Prasad, sir, would you like to like add few lines to this?
Yeah, before going to the chart making and astrology, I would like to touch few points which are socially happening. Like Vidilata already touched this point. It depends on the society mostly. Like for example, before coming into the UAE, in India, almost the second marriage and is mostly it's a crime. Why you are going for second marriage and all? With the same chart, same date of birth, everybody is there. Here, you are marrying three people. It is legal, right? So that means desha kalman paristhiti, right?
Desh
So
Kalpate.
where
Yeah.
the society where you are staying, how you are staying, how the your society, what is your it depends generally. Astrology is a side. We keep it later. We'll come to the astrology. Before coming to the astrology, the most of the things depend on our environment, right? The-
The culture in which you are staying, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Where you
culture.
are staying, where you are living,
Right,
these
absolutely right.
these are matters mostly. So now in India, we've come to India. No, these are not acceptable. Like what Western people are doing, what GCC people are doing, these things are not acceptable as per our culture, right? So now coming to the chart matching, like Kundali matching. Generally, people what will say like we Divit very explained very well that just 36 points is not enough, right? So the 36 point what they're making that matching with the guna, the 32 points or 36 out of 36, 32, 30, like these are related to the moon guna, right?
Okay.
Generally, the moon nakshatra, these points will calculated, but we have to see at the same time with the Venus also. The Venus guna is very important. Okay, then why you are looking for moon gunas, right? Generally, moon guna with the moon, what they will see whether this girl is compatible with the family, the friends, the environment to the boys, groom. Generally, our ancient Muni sages, everybody explained about the gunas and the matchmaking with from the girl, from the bride, not from the groom. So the most of the these calculations, what they made the calculations and all, favorable to the girl. They will see in with respect to the girl because uh, in till 2000 the bride is mostly dependent on the groom's family and their
Mm.
culture and so because we are going there and the girl has to go there and she has to be accommodated with the family. So the moon guna will see accordingly whether this girl can accommodate with the groom family friends and all that we have to match first. But unfortunately, the modern astrologers seeing they are seeing from the boy side, right? They will see from the boy to actually, for example, if the moon is seventh from the lagna, if the moon is the seventh from the lagna in the girl's chart, that means she is very much accommodated with the family of the groom and the family who are there with the in the groom's family, they will be very much accommodated to her whether friends are whether she will be friend or not, they will see accordingly from moon lagna to moon, that is seventh
Right.
place. Whereas now the people are seeing seventh place from the groom chart, that means they will match according to the groom. It should not be do like that. So this is the wrong, main wrong that what we are doing, that we are seeing in with the respect to boys chart. So, and the next mistake, generally the if the mostly the divorce and all, how it will happen, they'll see the physical, that financial status, right? If the financial status is good, with the everything is amicable, then automatically some, mostly the problems will be resolved. Where the
So
problem is
here I would
economically weak, then
just
only the problem.
yeah, here I would say it's not only the financial compatibility, but your emotional compatibility, personality
Yeah, yeah,
trait,
I will come to the
sexual
I will come to that.
compatibility, right?
Yeah, I will
And
come to that one.
also, one more thing which I feel that they do a very huge mistake is moon is also considered as an emotional and a mental thing. So nowadays, what astrologers are doing, they are thinking, let's just match the emotional being and mental being of both the people, and if that is working fine, then baki to they will handle. That is also
Mm,
wrong.
या या व्हाट
right.
इज दैट इज करेक्ट एक्चुअली मून से जो देखेगा वो क्वाड्रेंट्स देखने का that means the
Mm,
financially they will be happy if the moon is from the girl moon to boy's moon is in quadrant, then
mm,
financial status will be healthy, like 14710,
right.
right? The next preference is 311. Generally what we are doing mistake, they are looking at the trines. So
Mm,
159 is good, but 159 is good for the Jupiter, not for the moon. But the people will think, okay, 159 is good. 159 is there is no remedies. If anything went wrong, there is no remedy if it is in 5 and 9. Okay, this is coming to moon Varga. This is moon Guna. But next preference we have to give Venus Guna. So Venus is the character. Okay, whether
mm,
her character, her mentality is matching with the groom or not.
mm, mm,
So
mm, mm,
that is first we have to calculate with the see with the Venus, but
mm,
nobody is checking with the Venus nowadays. Simply they are seeing with the moon. If moon everything is the points are, even though they are not taking care of the nadi also, but the
They are just
nadi
focusing on emotional and mental well-being.
emotional out of 36, if they reach 80, that is 50% is okay. After that they will be okay. This is not the case. Even though if the guna is not matching, first if first we have to match Venus guna. If
mm,
our both our mentality should match first, then automatically after 5 years everybody
mm,
has to give a soaking period, minimum 5 years, to settle down the into the family.
mm,
So after 5 years only the real picture will come.
mm,
So
mm,
but people will not giving that much waiting period. They want immediate solution. Okay, why this is happening? 212, they have to check 212 planets also. In the 212 planets, if any the Mars is there, one side Venus and Mars is in 212, automatically it
mm,
will unlock. So many things are there, but nobody taking care of nowadays. This is the astrologically we have to see so many things, but people will generally blame the astrologer finally.
Which is not
If
correct.
yeah, if you buy a car, you have to give correct garage. You should have to go to the correct garage. If you give to any
Yeah.
garage, automatically after spoiling, you go anybody, no use. They have to replace the car. That is only solution.
And so one more thing which I feel is like why we shouldn't ignore Venus, because for those who don't know what Venus is, it's a karka of marriage. It's a really important planet for a marriage. So it will basically tell you what's the quality of the marriage. So it's first and foremost thing that after Moon, we should give priority to Venus. And then when it comes to marriage, we should also see Mars and Jupiter, because Mars is basically the drive which basically a couple have, and Jupiter is like a kind of a wisdom, or how we can say that a blessing. So these planets are also very important when it comes to matching the chart. But unfortunately, the softwares which are made nowadays, they don't consider them.
So, do you feel like we are following the traditional method now
No,
also?
yeah, recently they had in one research in this one.
Hmm.
Why the family first? Generally, we are seeing the seventh lord and seventh house, the Venus, Mars, Jupiter. These things we are seeing. But
So
as per
before we, sir, just a minute, before we go on to the seventh house and seventh lord, can you just focus on exactly what the seventh house and seventh lord is about, so that audience will also get to know about who are just beginners and
sure, sure,
curious like yes.
sure. Second is the family. Generally, we have to see 2, 7, 11, 2, 7, 12. Okay, we have to
So
see
out of
2.
this 2, 7, and 11, what is 2?
Second house is the family.
Okay,
Family of the, as I said earlier, we have to see from the girl side, from the girl.
right,
The second
right.
family of the groom. So
Hmm.
will she accommodate with the girl, the boy's family or not? First, we have to see. Okay.
Okay,
The second one, seventh. Seventh is partner.
okay.
Okay. The 12th. The 12th is the comfort. So
Hmm.
like a bed pleasures. Okay. Whether these things are comfortable or not. Ah,
Hmm.
yeah. That means expenditure. So how she will expenditure, what kind of expenditures they are having, what kind of loans they are having, will she accommodate if she go there,
Hmm.
can she
Hmm.
take the all expenditures of that family, because those days we will give all power or everything, money and everything to the girl. She has to maintain the family.
Okay. Okay.
The bank account, bank balance, everything it belongs to the girl, not with the
Girl.
boy. Boy will come and go. He will not be stay there. So she has to maintain the family. She has to maintain the kids. She has to maintain the house. Right?
Hmm.
She has to maintain the good environment in the house. So we have to give utmost preference to the girl's child, not boy's child. Whether
Okay.
whether the girl will feel like comfort or not, that we have to see.
Because
And that
it's
is
the
seen
girl,
from which house? That is seen from which house?
second
From
Second
two,
house.
is family. Second
two,
only we are
seven,
talking about.
yeah, 2, 7, and 12.
11. 12.
12,
Okay, okay.
12.
So 12 is of expenditure, right?
All
Right.
expenditures.
Right. Okay.
Expenditures and bed pleasures. That means, will she have comfort with the husband or not?
Right,
In the
right.
12th is nothing but a bedroom. Okay? And one
Yeah.
way. Whether she will be
And
happy or not with the
So
comforts.
in today's world, we can relate 12th house to the sexual compatibility.
Not 100%.
not entirely.
Not
Okay.
100%. Okay. If Mars is says, funny thing is, she and he both have Mars in the 12th house.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, they are very much desire to each other. They very much passionate to each other, but they will not have like they are very close, but they are very intimate. But it's not a
Hmm.
sexual life. We cannot say it is passionate means no, not sexually passionate, but
Hmm.
they love each other.
The
But they will
energy
not
of
have,
Mars is like that.
both have Mars. She and
Right.
he got both have Mars in 12th house. They will not, they will have love to love each other, but they like living together type. Okay,
Just for sake of living.
they need not to marry, they need not to be married. It's a
Hmm.
suppose if you want to see any living together, that means 12th Mars for both, that means they are living together, they will not get married. Okay, this kind of things.
Hmm.
Suppose Mars and Venus is that, they are very much passionate, like men from Mars and women from Venus, this is there with us.
Right. Right.
So this kind of, we have to check so
So
many things.
to sum up, in any marriage, apart from the gun, right, 36
Yes,
that we call it, apart from chart matching, matchmaking, second, seventh, and 12th houses are very important,
very important.
which we
Yes.
I
often
would say
ignore, which we often
I,
ignore,
No,
right?
to be honest with you, every house is important. Okay,
Okay, okay.
we cannot
I would say
ignore
fourth and
anything.
11th should be also seen because 11th is the house of like fulfilled like
Yeah,
wishes and all.
what
So
he said is correct. Next step is 311. Okay,
Okay. So, but
after
then
two,
karma
first of all,
houses.
these three
yes,
houses are important.
yeah,
Second
every
is of
house is
family.
important. The
Seventh is
first
of
preference,
partnership. And yes, yes.
yeah, the first preference is 2711, next 311. When that means more in quadrants. First preference. The second preference is 311. The
Okay.
last preference is trines.
Okay.
159.
So now can you focus on what is the fourth and the 11th house which talks about? Fourth, I
The
guess,
level,
is of a house, home, happiness
So emotional
in the
well-being, I
whole.
would say, like between a marriage, a couple, a male and female, how they are
Hmm.
emotionally feeling good together. That's what the fourth house will tell. So, for example, if a girl is having some malefic planets in fourth house, say opposite
Hmm.
planets, Mars and Saturn together, it will create friction. On the other hand, if a boy is having Moon and Venus, soft planets, so
Hmm.
that when you will superimpose this, so it will create friction between a girl and a boy. So they will be in a marriage, but they will be mm, like emotionally not together, I would say, because there
Okay.
is the energy of Mars and Saturn, and there is the energy of Venus and Moon.
yeah, coming to that point, we have to see the gunas, like tamas,
Yeah.
rajas. Okay, like moon and Venus. Okay,
Hmm.
one group. Okay, sun and guru, one group. Says, but best planet for marriage is Saturn. He will delay.
Saturn.
Saturn is the best
Yes.
planet. Saturn is the best planet. He will not make you to break. But if it is in your children, this one, either marry or not to marry. Only one. If they marry, they will stick for that one. That is the Saturn.
That's how Saturn
So
is.
That is
which
the Saturn.
which placement of Saturn? But which placement of Saturn?
Saturn seventh house. That's why they given Digbala for Saturn. The seventh house,
Okay.
Digbala for Saturn, he will not break the marriages. But the
Okay.
worst planet is Mercury.
It's an
Mercury will
NH
break.
planet,
The worst planet is Mercury to break the
marriage.
marriages, and next is Ketu. Okay,
Oh.
But if
Ketu will not give marriage, but he always push to spiritual side. Okay,
I see in case of Ketu, the marriage can still survive if both the charts are spiritually inclined. Like if one person is materialistic and other one is having
Hmm.
seventh in Ketu, then it won't because it will push
Hmm.
that person towards spirituality. And other one is like, I want to buy Mercedes, I want to like go on trips. Then it will cause an issue. And why, as I said, Saturn is the best planet because if you see the Kalpurush Kundli, it naturally gets exalted in seventh house as well. Because if you see, we have Aries in first house and Libra in seventh house, and Saturn gets exalted over there. So Saturn will give you
You said
responsibilities.
that Saturn gets exalted in Capricorn or Libra?
No, it's get exalted in Libra. Capricorn and Aquarius is its own house, the house with Saturn
Okay.
rules. It gets exalted
Okay.
in the house of Venus. Again, you see, Venus is the planet of marriage, and here Saturn is getting exalted, most powerful, having directional strength. So over there, it will not deny the marriage. It can delay the marriage for sure,
Delay.
but will yeah. So we say right, Saturn delays but never denies. That's why. And when it comes to Mercury,
Here, na, uh,
mhm,
it this is a very nice thing which you are telling me. Like if one person is spiritual and other person is materialistic. So I remember one case here, which in 2 minutes I'll just tell. There was
yeah,
this girl from Kalyan, and she got both of them got engaged, and marriage was to take place after 6 months. And the engagement took place, and they started meeting each other, But she said that after a few meetings she told him that I don't want to marry you, you're not my type. So he invited all the family members, both the sides, and then there was a meeting taken place. So her parents, they said that don't do this, and all those things happened. And then again there was a conciliation. Everything was smooth, and they proceeded again. Again, when it was 20 days left to marriage, she called him again and she said, I don't want to get married to you. If you marry still, I'm going to commit suicide. So then again he called both the her parents and his parents, and he said now she is saying that she will commit suicide. Then the boy's parents said, let's be careful now, we invite other people also. So there was head of village and all, so they invited those. And then says they said that she is saying this. Her parents again forced her and they said that she is not going to, but then the boys side said give us in writing that she is not going to commit suicide. So she gave in writing that she will not commit suicide, and whatever happens, it's my responsibility. And the marriage took place. Any guess what must have happened after 3 months?
She committed a suicide.
She killed that boy.
Oh,
She had given in writing that she won't commit suicide, so she killed the boy. And then so here she said he is not up to my, I am I need materialistic things, and he was a very simple person. So here I think here astrology guides us that if that
definitely.
Ketu thing comes, it is really, it will help us to understand, like the boy's nature is different, the girl's nature is different, and it is always better not to go ahead with this. Very, very
The
yes,
recent
please, please continue.
research the made in
Hmm.
astrology. So far, we are talking about the seventh house, seventh lord, how to see 2, 7, 11. These things we are
Hmm.
speaking, right? But
Hmm.
now the system changed. The
Hmm.
like people also made so many researches. Now they are thinking as per Gemini, we have to see Matrukaraka, Pitrukaraka, and Gnatikaraka. Right? Matrukaraka means Sukhasthana. Okay, the
Okay.
house. The Pitrukaraka, seventh is your intellectuality, your mind, your thinking, your okay. And Gnatikaraka, your friends, your family members. Okay. So first we have to see the Matru, how the Matrukaraka is placed and how
Hmm.
the Pitrukarka. That means Matrukarka means if it is exalted somewhere, that means is having some ego. So generally, what we are thinking, Matrukarka, that means exalted planet is very good for any native, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
once you are checking for the this marriages
Hmm. Hmm.
compatibility, either Matrukarka or Pitrukarka, mostly Pitrukarka should be in debilitated place, Nicha Sthana. Okay. If it is there means they will adjust for anything. They will not go like they will not kill the people at least they will adjust for the
Right.
society.
Right.
Right, right.
So the Gnatikaraka, if the Gnatikaraka is a malefic planet, have an aspect on either Pitrukaraka or Matrukaraka, that means they are
Hmm.
spoiling the society, the friends, the near and dear. They will spoil their relation. So generally, they will get influence with the society. So we have to see what kind of society influencing them, whether it is good society or bad society. Any
Hmm.
planet in the if it is debilitated, that means they are very humble. They have an adjustable mentality. If the planet is in exalted place, means no they will not listen to anyone. So both will think like I am great, I am great.
So
Okay.
what I would say in Kali Yuga, it's really good if we have developed planets rather than having exalted one.
Yes. So
Because being
nowadays,
a developed planet,
Now astrology also, now they are doing researches there, that also they are changing
Right,
their
right, right,
perceptions.
right,
As I said, no, generally I thought, okay, here only one marriage. Why it is happening three marriages? If it would be
Mm-hmm.
India, also three marriages should be there, no? Why only three
Mm-hmm.
marriages are allowed? Three active relationships. What I mean to say, I have inactive relationship, passive relationship behind the screen. So many other things are there in India. I'm not saying, I'm not denying they don't have any relation. They don't have any relationship. But officially, legally, we have three here. There is only one because of environment and
exactly.
the society.
Society.
So accordingly, we have to update our
Culture and law, both.
astral law.
Right.
That everything is there in astrology. We have to change our perception or change our read, how to read. Everything is there. Earlier also there, right? That Matrigarga, Bhatragarga, Pitragarga, everything is there. But nobody, so far nobody thought in this way. So for just we are seeing how is the Dharakaraka, how is seventh Lord, how is seventh house, is it malefic or benefic? Generally, what we'll see is the seventh is Saturn. Okay, seventh is Sun. Within 22 years, you will get maturity about the marriage. Right? It is Venus. 26 years, you will get maturity. 28 years, you will get Mars is there. 28 years, you will get maturity. But Saturn will have 34 years. Till 34 years, he will not get maturity. Once he got maturity, it will be stable. Right? The Ketu, they will get 54 years. The maturity will get at 54 years. What is use? After
Go to
getting 54 years
spirituality after.
maturity, regarding the marriage and the relationship, even though they got married, they will get maturity at 54 years of age.
There's
So
no
what?
point of remarrying. Yeah.
So meanwhile, everything will collapse. So that is your point. Why the marriages are breaking?
And one more thing I feel why marriage is breaking is in old times, how it used to be is like girl and boy don't used to see each other. Like there were no
Yes.
outside elements or outside influence. It was like if my mom or my father has seen someone, or so I have to marry. But nowadays we are having internet and all other things and
Yes.
outside influence as well. So it's getting really easy for people to connect with each other, so
That is
that is
nothing but
also a
math
reason.
character. That is but
Yeah,
nothing but math character is
influence,
influencing.
exactly. Influence.
Influencing. So far we didn't study in that point, right? Only we are seeing
Mm,
seventh house as Jupiter. How Jupiter is placed. Jupiter aspect is there or not? If Jupiter aspect is there, everything is fine. Like that we thought of so far.
Okay.
Earlier, the astrologers who sit below the tree, they used to tell perfection. Like they used to tell if Tidhi Lord. Tidhi is generally for relationship. Okay, the Tidhi Lord, the water content, they look for the relationship. So if Tidhi Lord is in the fiery sign, they will not allow to get married. Right?
Okay.
Now nowadays nobody
yes.
is seeing this one. That is the basic thing. We forget the basics, simply we are going to the super advanced. Right? We are seeing so many things. Nobody studying the basic things first. If Tidhi Lord is a water, if he is in the fiery sign, no sorry, don't get married. If Tidhi Lord is with the fiery any fiery planet, sorry. That is the basic. Nowadays,
Mm.
nobody is taking care of the basics. At the
So
same
I
place,
feel
yeah, carry on.
I think with the passage of time, as we are also growing, right? Like a human is growing, the way of batching the charts should also be changed. So what I mean to say is, for example, if we have Venus in seventh house, so in older times, if a girl is having Venus in seventh house, then you can say she might be really beautiful. She is very mannered girl. Why?
Yeah.
Because she was not allowed to go out to the house, and so we can assume she is very beautiful and all. But nowadays, if Venus is there in seventh house in a girl's chart, we will not say that she is beautiful. We will say she will be having multiple relationships. Why?
Oh,
Because again, like society is changing. So I think we as astrologers should also upgrade ourselves and should start to see astrology in a way it should be, as per the modern society.
And what if the Venus is in the seventh house of the boy's chart?
Yeah, that's same thing. In old times, you can say if Venus in seventh house of the boy chart, you can say, okay, the boy must be really devoted to her wife because Venus is again the planet of marriage. But nowadays, you can't say again. Nowadays, if you will see Venus in seventh house of a boy, you will say he must be very sexual, he must be having multiple relationships. So society is changing, so we should change our thinking pattern as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
as
then
per
again,
Nadi.
that depends on the culture, right?
Yeah, of
Exactly.
course.
Okay.
No, but
It's
as per
not like
Nadi,
astrology is the issue.
Throw some light on this.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
yeah, as per Nadi, we will see for groom we will see for Venus. For girl we see Mars. Okay, Mars is the husband. Venus is the wife. Okay, Jiva, the Jupiter is self. So they will check these three from Jiva, from Venus, how the Mars is there. So if we want to see the Mars, like she will get married, so they will see the difference, the gap between the Mars and the Venus. So the Venus will go and catch the hand of the Panigraha of male, right? So from they will see the distance from the Venus to Mars. At the same way, they will see Mars to Venus.
For boy.
Okay. So for boy, if you want to boy get married, they will see either from the Jupiter or from the Mars to the Venus. In between, if any that slow planets are there, like Jupiter or Rahu or Saturn, the marriage will get delayed. Okay. In between Mars and Venus, immediately after Mars and Venus, any Ketu or any Mercury is there, that marriage may break. The chances of breaking the marriage. So every astrological, they they directed everything, but we have no time
Right.
to read those things. Okay,
And
so
then we blame on the astrology. Just by
Yeah.
matchmaking, it's not going
and
to
one more
solve the
thing,
problem.
astrologer should know at least three to four varieties. Okay, you should not conclude with the one variety.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right.
So we should not come to the like generally as per your law, what do you say, the section 55, three things to be confirmed first, right? They should have matured, that means 21 years and 18 years as per India. He should not be mentally disabled. If these things,
True.
generally people AHDS, these people, what they will see, they will cover this under carpet, they will keep under carpet in these kind of mistakes.
Yes. 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 This is very
Absolutely
wrong.
right.
So first, as per law, these things are matching or not. First, we have is why to blame the astrology.
And also, I
Exactly.
feel astrology should be a tool, like to use
Yeah,
and make your life easy.
correct.
It's not like
And
the,
not the only tool.
yeah,
Yeah,
not the only tool.
yes,
It shouldn't be like we will not do efforts. Our habits are not good. Our lifestyle is not good, and astrology is the thing you are
and
blaming.
that too, astrology is not only one book, right? It, so many rishis written so many types, like from the Nadi to
Yeah.
Gemini, Parashara, so many things written. And what is your maturity? And how many charts you have seen so far, right? Might have
Yes.
from lifetime, if you have seen thousands charts, out of thousand charts, if you have contact with the people, then you will to know how where I went wrong. That experience will count. By
Exactly.
just clicking the computer, you'll see 32 points. Okay, fine, you can go ahead. Means this thing.
Wonders will happen then.
Nowadays, they are not coming to this astrologer also. Simply, they are seeing in the computer and their matchmaking. Everything is fine. Parents, they are telling. And even AI also today finally it is giving a comment to meet astrologer. After giving all the results, it will meet an astrologer. Right?
They they see
Absolutely right.
themselves. Then if marriage doesn't work, they say astrology doesn't work.
Yes.
Shouldn't be like
But
that.
people ignoring this one.
So, general public is only matching the Kundali. Okay, 25 gun are matching. Let's go ahead. That's only the aspect which they are looking into.
That
Yeah,
could have worked in old timings, but not today.
Right. But there are so many aspects which I also came to know about. It's really a very in-depth thing, which at least, if you don't, I think you should not blame everything on the planets. Your
Exactly.
efforts and whatever is, so one thing, if your planets are placed in such a way that it's destined to break the marriage, what about that aspect? Can we conclude with this point?
yes. If it is destined, the first thing is first they, instead of sending them to the honeymoon, better send them to the pilgrimage. Okay, the spiritual thing. The first 5 years for anybody, for any new couple, first 1 2 years is very crucial because they will come from the different families, different environment. It's time to take adjust, right? So if you know this, they're destined to break, better to send them a pilgrimage instead of any honeymoon. Okay, at least they will, spiritually they will grow. Their thought process will be different, and we can buy a time. At least we can pass 3 years. So if you can stay 3 years stably, the moon will take care. The moon will take care after 5 years. That means whatever we are seeing, the kuta, the varga, it will work after 5 years, not immediate. But what unfortunately what we are seeing, we are seeing the kuta and taking marriage. For immediate marriage, we have to see the Venus varga, Venus guna, not moon guna. Moon guna will start working after 5 years. But unfortunately, we start with the moon and later we are looking for the Venus, and the people
Venus.
infatuated to go for the other relationships. So that is who will counsel, who will see these things. Somebody, the astrologer has to say this one first. Okay, this is the problem. If you get married, this thing may happen. But unfortunately, the astrologer himself, they have not that much time, and
They just go by points.
they are afraid to
Maybe,
say.
yeah, right, right, right.
Because they the parents will come with a hope this match should be happen.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So some of the astrologers not taking strong step. What they sing a song along with the parents.
They are
Hmm.
like, we get our money and parents will be happy.
Yes, they
Let
are
them
getting
go
biased.
ahead.
They are getting biased.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
the
yeah.
problem.
Hmm.
So astrologer, why people will come to the astrologer? Why the
But
people will come?
one thing I would like to share what I have seen in my experience. Even if one person is just trying to get like a break in the marriage, right? That can still be saved to some extent. Why? Because when you match two charts, you are basically what you are doing is you're matching two energies. So chart is just energy of planets. You're matching two energies. So if the astrologer is smart enough and astrologer knows that how astrology works. So if, for example, one chart is showing that divorce will be there. So the second chart should be strong that it will handle the first one. Then in that particular case, what will happen instead of having a break, they will be having fights. And then after
Hmm.
some time, it will be solved as Sir told. After 5 years, more will take care. So these are also some small things which should be taken care.
The coming to the
I think our tradition is so nice. After marriage, the couple is first sent to the some Kul Devat and Kul Devta. That is the family's. Yes. So the family life begins with that. Going to uh,
no, no, generally,
some
I'm
god
coming back
and.
to the Divit point.
Hmm,
Generally, we will see the Nadi,
hmm.
right? While matching, we have to see the Nadi also. The Nadi means
Okay.
Ida, Pingala, and Sushma. Ida,
Okay.
Pingala, and Sushma center. That means it does nothing. Sushma is doing nothing. It is status quo. Ida is somewhat arrogant, right? Pingala is somewhat tamasic.
Hmm.
Generally,
Hmm.
if both nadis are same, so they will pull to one side. The family, the both, if they want to take decision, they will be more. Generally, इतना arrogant हो जाता है कि they don't want to hear even the counseling. They don't want any mediation. If
Hmm. Hmm.
nadis are different, at least if someone pull this end, someone pulls it, finally it will get balanced.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So generally, they will not. Nobody will match the nadi. Also, they will not see mad nadi. This is the one of the point. Anyway, 15 points came. No, only with these 15 nadi and this one will come only 8 plus 7, 15 points. The rest of the
Right.
what minus 36, right? Even if it is 0 0, no problem. They will think. But everything is important in that one. Especially the nadi. Nadi is very important because it is
Right.
it is your health also depends on the health because when the third house, the mating place and the nadi is matching or not, we have to see whether they can do actual enjoyment is there or not. Will they get any health issues?
Hmm.
Depends on the nadi.
Hmm.
But everything matters. The health and the financial matters, health, everything matters. But people think, okay, money is there means health is no problem. If health is there and money, wealth is not problem. At least they have to match these things and come to your point. When if it is destined to break,
Hmm.
take a break
Hmm.
from the family life, go to the spiritual, some pilgrimage. And one more thing, then if you astrologer can point this, know this point that okay, the first relation we are going to break. Generally, how they will check the first relation is from the seventh, second relation from the seventh, second, third relation from the ninth, like all odd or even, odd even, right? Second marriage
Hmm.
all even, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. The first marriage,
Okay.
third marriage, these are even. That means 7, 9, 11, these are even. When you know the first marriage is not going to help, earlier we have as a vivah, like generally they will use it to do with earthen pot, right? Earthen
Right.
pot. Earthen pot and or otherwise bearing on banana tree or with a
Right.
gold.
Right.
Those
Right.
marriages they use it to do, and later they will come back to the. Then automatically it will, second marriage will get lost. The first
Hmm.
marriage will break and the second marriage will last. That is one of the remedy. But who knows this one? Nobody going to tell the day to tell these things. This is the issue. Yeah, yeah. As per the chart from the astrological, we can pinpoint, we can see the first marriage will sustain or not, or the second relationship, or fourth relationship, which relationship will get sustained. We can see immediately
Hmm.
what are the influence, who influencing to break the first marriage. That also we can see, but nobody will have that
Okay.
much time.
So if we are able to see what influences to break, we can always work on that to save the
Yes,
marriage, right?
100,
Yes, we can.
100%.
So can we end here and catch on to this point in next thing, that how can we save the marriages by seeing how the influences are made?
The first thing we have a triangle, right?
No, no.
We have
What I mean to say is, when you say that there are certain things influencer which are breaking the marriage. So in our next session, probably can we focus on this influencer and can we try to save the marriages and see in detail what can be the points who are the influencer who are breaking the marriage?
Yeah, we
the
can touch on that.
in engineering.
Yes,
In engineering,
because
we
I
have
think it.
an
Yes, sir.
hierarchy of control.
Huh.
The first one is elimination. If you know the marriage will break, why to go for marriage? Why to go for that
Hmm.
particular match?
Hmm.
Okay, as I said, the first uh, why the marriage people are struggling, but they're not departing. They're not taking any divorce even after 30
Hmm.
years. Even our parents or our forefathers, still they are fighting, but they will not get. They will go for a divorce. So
Right, right.
that means the other person will have at least one debilitated planet. So he will adjust for everything. He will not go for go for a divorce. He will try to adjust. He will try to manage. Right. So we can do with the chart making, that matching, Kundali matching. We can see that one. So wait for that person till that match comes. But
Absolutely right.
people will not get wait. People will not wait. Okay, this is the best he is doing in US. He is doing in America. He is staying in UK. So lot of marriages when they married, they went to UK. They don't US. They don't know what they are doing there. Within the 1 month, 2 months, they are coming back without saying the boy also. They're giving divorce and coming back. Not even giving the divorce. Simply they're coming in the return flight.
Yes.
These are the things. But we can see, we can pinpoint the marriage. That's why I told hierarchy of control. First, you have to, if you can eliminate. Why to go for the marriage? Or otherwise, you do substitute. The substitute means do for the vivah, that like do with the banana tree marriage or second marriage, like that is substitution. The next is engineering control. You do something, you make some controls with the other people, like best and near and dear, you do some counseling. They're not, when the things go worse, then only they will go for a counseling.
Right.
They're supposed to go before
Irreparable.
marriage. They go for a
Right.
counseling before marriage.
Absolutely right. And even while post marriage, also that should continuously happen.
Yes,
Right.
post
Like
yesterday.
we service our car to run it smoothly. Same thing. Our marriages also require service throughout to run it
The
smoothly.
post marriage counseling, I am not believing post marriage counselings, because the people will go to prove I'm correct. Yeah, I'm right. There, she is wrong. I'm right. They go for that to prove themselves. But mostly only with that maybe 5 or 6% percentage, maybe very less. After post marriage, who can join reunion after post marriage counseling? Maybe 2 or 3%, not more than that.
Even pre-marriage, premarital consultancy also people hardly they are aware of these things.
Yeah, yeah. But
They are
our society not developed that much. Though nobody open to, nobody will talk openly.
right.
Nobody
They
want
are
to.
engrossed into dance, buying the jewelry, buying the clothing, booking the hall, and printing the cards. All they are engrossed into dance, sangeet, and all. But nobody thinks that we need to see the compatibility on every aspect, and all these aspects are very important for smooth running of marriage. So
Yeah,
these aspects, I think there should be more and more awareness about having the premarital consultancy, and also taking astrology as a tool, one of the tool apart from this premarital consultancy, astrology to be taken as a tool and see all minor aspects which are there and to have a remedy for each of it. So I think with this we conclude the session and hope to see, have more talks on all these aspects of marriage. So
yeah.
thank you so much, Prasadji and Diviji. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.